Let's do that. I don't know what's going on, but he's dead. We're gaining Anima faster than we're losing it. And it's dead. Balanced.
You know what doesn't get the respect that it deserves? Yokai Shift. It's too weak. It doesn't last long. It doesn't do anything. You're not my girlfriend. I don't want to hear this from you. Meanwhile, this character, who isn't even min-max for Yokai Shift, is 2v1ing bosses in the small room for your entertainment. You probably can't make sense of what's happening in the background, and that's okay. I couldn't either. But you know what I do understand? What I've always understood. The Yokai Shift is busted. So, hey, shifty shifty shape here. With a build that's not just meant to be a strong Anima build, but also a build that can Yokai Shift easily and effectively, and allow you to have an easy time in the endgame. That's Dream of the Nioh, that's the Underworld, that is, yes, the Depths. And so, Anima builds are some of the strongest builds in Nioh 2, in my opinion. The ability to generate Anima and just stunlock any yokai, bosses included, without any way for them to fight back is stupid. Look at this Yoshi. What is he doing? What can he do? Nothing. He just gets stunned in a corner in a loop until he dies. And this is not exclusive to yokai. What, you think humans are immune? I think not. I think not. I've seen Hondas and car crashes come out better than this man right now. It is ridiculous. He cannot fight back. It is just way too overwhelming. And that's the point of the build. Absolutely overwhelming power. Overwhelming anima, overwhelming destruction. Point number 2.
This tornado never ends. This tornado actually just never ends, huh?
Did you see that? Wasn't it beautiful? If my anima buff hadn't have worn off, I could have kept going indefinitely. Do you see how silly that is? Yeah. In my opinion, anima builds are the strongest in Nioh. The only requirement is that you generate anima quickly so that you can shut down your opponent with very little effort and you win. And there are a lot of anima setup variations that can achieve this, and anyone who's given Sarutahiko a shot will confirm how stupid this can be. But me personally, I've never given a proper anima build a shot, so I wanted to go all out with my own ideas and see what I can make work. To get the boring explanation out of the way, we're working with 2 sets and 1 bonus item. Set number 1 is Sarutahiko, obviously, but set number 2 is one I don't see many people talk about. Suzuka's set, a deadly premonition. The bonus to anima gain when shifted is pretty nice, but the ethereal version of that set gives a 20% anima bonus, which is really nice. It makes that shift bonus even more incredible also. Also, Sarutahiko has a similar bonus when yokai shifting, making this an incredibly abusive synergy. At worst, and if you absolutely wanted to, you can just yokai shift and spam Ippon and whatever infinitely without even thinking about it. Turn your brain off, delete the boss, delete the whatever. Doesn't matter how little damage they take, you are locking them down until they die. Every single yokai boss is then stun locked into infinity with this combination. It's stupid, it's busted, it's disgusting, it's boring, it's incredible. But also, at best, you can seamlessly weave yokai abilities together with no care of cost, and it is genuinely a lot of fun, especially with Phantom Form, where, look at it, it has this really cool gap closer thing that lets you zip around and just look at me go. I'm just so cool. I'm just so cool. And so the last piece of the puzzle, the final part of Exodia for this build, is the Soul Core box. Soul Core box has always been one of the absolute best pieces of gear in the game since it showed up. Its only downside is that it has to compete with set bonuses. That is the only thing hindering it from being run on every build until the end of time. This item lets you use Soul Cores when you don't have the Anima for it. It'll put your Anima bar in the negative, which means you should just never use it when you have 0 Anima. But say you're at 4 or 5 Anima and you need to use a Yokai ability that costs 7. Soul Core Box has your back in a life-saving way if that's like to use an Epon to stun something out of killing you. For this build, we generate infinite Anima, but that doesn't mean we don't overdo it at times. This is our failsafe that guarantees we always have access to Yokai abilities. And the downside is effectively non-existent with Sarutahiko's Blood of the Yokai. Got it? As for the gear itself, you can take a look here. It's pretty boring though. As long as you have the sets that I listed, you're good. You want corruption weapons so you can inherit anima bonuses from your soul cores, but also you're running Sarutahiko, so you should probably have corruption weapons anyway. But anyway, this is important. I repeat, this part is important. For your soul cores, you want to make sure that all of your soul cores have relevant anima bonuses. That means if you're doing a fire themed build with this loadout, you need to get anima bonuses that enable that. So, for instance, there are anima bonuses when you burn a target. There's also anima bonuses for when you attack a burning target. Make sense? I can't tell you what anima bonuses will fit your playstyle. That is entirely on you. But if you want my bonuses, the important thing is unscathed anima and anima on Amrita absorption. Those are my 2 core bonuses. Wool Monk and Suiki hit a lot, meaning they generate a lot of Amrita when they hit things, which then gets turned into Anima because of those bonuses, and I get a metric butt ton of Anima like you saw in the clips. Make sense? Good. As for stats, there is no required stats. You use what you like. A lot of people ask me what stats I like to go for in my builds. Honestly, that is a personal call. This build doesn't fall apart if you don't have specific stats. But you can use my stat spread if you want, I don't mind. I'm not max level with this character, but if you are, the basic idea is simple. You want 200 magic for the maximum amount of magic slots. You want 150 courage, because of course you do, ultimate courage is nuts. Me personally, I want 200 constitution because I'm working with those gimmicky anima bonuses that require max health, and ultimate con lets me stay there more easily. You can opt for whatever though, 200 dex if you want for ninjutsu, so you can spam feathers or whatever, or if it's a big deal to you, whatever stat your weapon skill with. Literally just 200 magic and 150 courage, or what I would say are hard requirements. Everything else is up to you. As for what you do with those magic slots, my important slots are Arch Yokai Talisman and Extraction for anima purposes. Protection Talismans also, that's for staying in Yokai Shift longer. You know, when you take damage, you lose your Yokai Shift faster. But Protection makes you immune to that as long as it's active. So that's really strong. That's like a whole other video, whatever. Arch Yokai Talisman, that makes the difference between whether or not I can infinitely hold Suiki or Will Monk. So I think that speaks for itself. And that's it. If you like the build or have any questions, let me know. Leave a comment. I live stream daily. More than likely, you can just catch me streaming right now. For the foreseeable future, I stream Nioh on Saturday and Sundays, and maybe randomly in the week. But if you ever have any Nioh related questions, don't be afraid to ask, even if I'm playing something completely unrelated. I'll be happy to help. Outside of that, I have a Discord. if you want to join it. Links in the description. Ask me stuff there, or just yap with other nice people from the community. And yeah, like I say, I appreciate it. If you don't mind taking the time out and commenting, hey, nice build, or hey, lame build, or anything, that will go a long way towards making YouTube think I have something nice going on here. Thanks for watching. Love you. Peace.